Good morning, guys. Mr. Parisi here, and today we're going to be going through our homework for lesson 9.4 and lesson 9.5. So starting on lesson 9.4, we've got Pierce has a driver rating factor of 1.3. His car is in age group A and insurance rating group 14. The coverage he wants is 50, 100 bodily injury, 95 or 25,000 for property damage. His policy has both the $50 deductible for comprehensive and collision. Find the annual base premium and the annual premium. So I always like to start with the insurance rating group. So I've got group A, and that's group A14. So in this chart, I would find A, and then I would find 14, which is this column. So looks like he's got $322 for the collision deductible and $127 for the comprehensive deductible. Okay, so 322 plus that 127. And then the only other thing is 50, 100 bodily injury and 25,000 property damage. So that's up in top. So 50, 100, and 25,000 is going to be $309 right there. Okay, so these are all factors that go into that annual base premium plus that 309. So when I add all that up, it comes to 758, and that's going to be your part A. Okay, all you have to do to find your annual premium then is multiply by that driver rating factor of 1.3 in this case. When you do so, you get the actual annual premium, which is $985.40. Number 2 is going to be the same process. So again, I like starting with my group. So D14, my two deductibles are going to come to $277 plus my next deductible, which is $110, and those came from that D14. Okay, and then after that, I would look at the 100, 200 bodily injury for 25,000 property. So 25,000 property, 100, 200 is 365 right over there in the chart. Okay, so plus 365. Add it all up, and you should get your annual base premium of, I'm going to write it up here, $752. And then I would have to multiply by my driver rating factor of 1, which is just going to keep my annual premium at $752. Okay, moving on. Number 3. I'm going to start off with that A15. My two numbers for A15 for my deductible. My first deductible would be $343. My next deductible would be $142. And then I would look at my $100,000 for property damage, $100, $300 for bodily injury, and that's going to give me a price of $392. So again, I got to add all those up. Annual base premium comes to $879, multiplied by my driver rating factor of 3.55, and my annual premium comes to $3,120.45. I would not want that for my insurance every year. Number 4 here. Okay, so starting out, let's see, what class am I in? I'm in B15. Have both deductibles, so B15 is going to be $325 for my first deductible, plus that $134 for my second deductible for the B14, or 15 rather. And then I have 100, 200 bodily injury for $100,000 property damage. That's going to cost $386. So when I add all that up, annual base premium is $845 times my driver rating factor of 2.65. So we always want that driver rating factor to be as low as possible. It means we're a good driver, we're not getting tickets, that kind of thing. Okay, so the lower the better for that. So my annual premium comes to $2,239.25. And number 5. Looks like we've got D14 here. So D14, we're going to get $277 for my first deductible, $110 for my second deductible. Oh, that's my dog. Then we've got 100, 200 bodily injury, $50,000 for property damage, which comes to $374. Add it all up. Annual base premium is $761 times that awful driver rating factor of 3.1. And this person is paying $2,359.10 for insurance every year. There you have it. 9-4 homework. Now let's move on to 9-5. All right, here we go with 9-5. We're starting to talk about things like depreciation in a car, cost per mile, and variable and fixed expenses. So, number 1 says D purchased a new car 3 years ago for $33,500. Its current value estimate is $19,900. Annual variable costs were $995.60. The cost of insurance this year was $2,350. Registration was $132.50. Loan interest totaled $1,080, and she drove it 13,540 miles this year. Compute the depreciation, variable costs, fixed costs, and cost per mile. So we're going to start with depreciation. Depreciation just means how much value you're losing. So if you look at your equations, it's taking that starting value, which was $33,500, okay, subtracting the current value, which is $19,900, and getting a total there of $13,600. Basically, that's how much money you've lost so far. But that's split up over 3 years. Okay, so you divide by 3 years, and you depreciate about $4,533.33 per year. Okay, that is my depreciation. So that's part 1. Part 2 wants to know the total variable cost. My variable costs in this case were, it just tells you actually, your variable costs are, where is it in this problem? Variable costs were $995.60. So that's it. That's all you do there. That's your variable costs. The other costs there, so insurance, registration, loan interest, those are all your fixed costs. So when I add all of those up, my fixed costs come to $3,562.50. Boom. And then lastly, part D. So what I would do here, if I want to know the cost per mile, first thing I would do is add up my variable costs plus my fixed costs. So that's from part B and from part C. Add those up, and that comes to $4,558.10. So that's my total cost. Then I would divide by the number of miles. For this year, this person drove 13,540 miles. So that gave me a cost per mile of 34 cents. 34 cents per mile. That's your cost per mile. And you're good to go. Number 2. Number 2 is a little bit easier. I'm going to change color so you can clearly see which problem I was working on. Wants to know, the first thing is the total annual cost. So again, total annual cost is just that variable plus fixed, okay? So for A, my variable costs were $4,897 plus your fixed cost of $9,916. When you add both of those up, you get a total cost of $14,813. Okay, so that's part A. Part B is just taking that total cost, 14,813, dividing it by the number of miles. In this case, it was 34,500, and getting your cost per mile of, after rounding, about 43 cents per mile. And there you go. Question number 3 looks a lot like question number 1. So if you're confused, those two questions are very similar. They have the same type of work. First thing you need to do is calculate that depreciation. So for part A, we're looking at the starting cost, which started at $11,425. It now is worth $6,897. So that would mean that you've lost about $4,528 worth of value, but that was split up over 3 years. So your depreciation is $1,509.33 per year. So that's part A. Okay. Part B, we're looking for the annual cost. So this one, you normally are looking for the variable versus the fixed, but if it just wants the annual costs, we know that's all those together. It's the variable plus the fixed cost. So any cost in here. So let's see, gasoline, oil and filters, new battery, transmission repair, insurance, registration, loan interest, all of those are costs. All you got to do is add those up to get your total cost. So when I add all my variable and my fixed costs, this one comes to 3,565 and 72 cents. And those are all my costs for the year. Part C is that cost per mile. So I would take that annual cost that I just found in part B. So I would take my part B answer 3565.72 and divide that by how many miles they drove. In this case, they drove 19,214 miles to get your cost per mile of roughly 19 cents per mile. That's pretty good. Okay, so just like number one, except you didn't have the variable and fixed split up there, so it made it a little bit easier. Okay, we got 2 questions left. Let's go down to 4 and 5. So 4, what is the total annual cost here? Annual cost, well, I got my fixed costs, I got my variable costs, so I just add those 2 up. So part A, add up your variable plus your fixed, and you should get $3,200. Part B, we're going to take those total costs, 3,200, divide it by the 9,500 miles that they drove that year, and you get a cost per mile of 34 cents per mile. And number 5 is the exact same process. So take your fixed costs, your variable costs, add those up, variable plus fixed, to get you a total annual cost of $6,135. Then part B, we're going to take that $6,135, that total cost, divide it by the 15,455 miles from the previous year, and that gives you a cost per mile of 40 cents. There we go. That's your homework. Lesson 9.4 and 9.5. So if you did not finish that, make sure you get it done and submit it on the appropriate Google Classroom post. Thank you guys so much. Stay safe and have a great day.